Hello friends, and welcome back to another virtual story time with Miss Liz. Today, March 31st, is International Trans Day of Visibility. It is a day to acknowledge and celebrate and show solidarity with transgender and other gender nonconforming people who share our world. Unfortunately, not everyone believes that trans and other gender nonconforming people are worthy of the same acknowledgement and services and treatment as everyone else. And this is something that has to change. That is why it's so important for us to read books that help us think about how we can be better and do better. Today is one such story about a family who come to understand and love a member of their family that shows that they want to express themselves differently. Today, we're going to read Sparkle Boy. This book is by Lesléa Newman and illustrated by Maria Mola. And this is our main character, Casey, who is a boy who loves all things sparkly, shimmery, and glittery. Let's see what's going to happen in this story. Sparkle Boy by Lesléa Newman, illustrated by Maria Mola. Jessie adored all things shimmery, glittery, and sparkly. "Look at my shimmery skirt," Jessie said to her little brother, Casey, as she twirled into the living room and her skirt twirled out around her. Casey looked up from his alphabet blocks. "Ooh, shimmery, shimmery," he said, reaching out his hand. "I want shimmery." Jessie stopped twirling and her skirt stopped twirling too. "You can't have a shimmery skirt, Casey," she said. "Why?" Casey asked. "Because boys don't wear shimmery skirts," said Jessie. "Right, Mama?" Mama thought for a moment. "If Casey wants to wear a skirt, Casey can wear a skirt," she said. "I don't have a problem with that." It's good to see that Casey's mama supports what he likes, but his sister Jessie doesn't seem to feel the same way. Let's see if she changes her mind later in the book. Mama went upstairs and came back with a skirt that was now too small for Jessie. "Here, buddy," she said to Casey, "try this on." "Oh, shimmery, shimmery," Casey said as he twirled around, and his shimmery skirt twirled around all about him. Casey twirled and twirled until he got dizzy and plopped down on his bottom. Casey laughed. Jessie frowned. The next afternoon, Jessie went to a birthday party. When she came home, she raced into the kitchen. "Look at my glittery nails," Jessie said, fanning out her fingers, and her nails glittered in the light. Casey looked up from his animal puzzle. "Ooh, glittery, glittery," he said, pulling Jessie's hands toward him. "I want glittery." Jessie snatched her hands away. "You can't have glittery nails, Casey," she said. "Why?" Casey asked. "Because boys don't wear glittery nail polish," said Jessie. "Right, Daddy?" Daddy thought for a minute. "Most boys don't wear nail polish," he said, "but Casey can if he wants to. There's no harm in that." Daddy went upstairs and came back with a bottle of glittery nail polish. "Can't you just paint his toenails?" Jessie asked, "and then make him put on his socks?" "That's not a bad idea," Daddy said. "What do you say, pal?" he asked Casey. "No!" Casey shouted. He held out his hands and kept them perfectly still while Daddy painted his fingernails. "Ooh, glittery, glittery," Casey said as he spread his fingers wide so his nails glittered in the light. Jessie shook her head. Seems like she is still not ready to accept that her brother likes things that she believes are only for girls. The next morning, Jessie and Casey's grandmother came to visit. Abuelita, which is a Spanish word for grandmother. Abuelita, I like your sparkly bracelets, said Jessie. You can have one. I have plenty, Abuelita said. She took off a bracelet and she slid it onto Jessie's wrist. Jessie swiveled her arm back and forth and watched the bracelet sparkle. Casey looked up from his dump truck. "Ooh, sparkly, sparkly," Casey said. "I want sparkly." Jessie hid her arm behind her back. "You can't have a sparkly bracelet, Casey," she said. "Why?" Casey asked. "Because boys don't wear sparkly bracelets," said Jessie. "Right, Abuelita?" Abuelita thought for a minute. "I've never seen a boy wear a sparkly bracelet," she said. "Until now." Abuelita turned to Casey. "Here, Sparkle Boy," she said. She took off another bracelet and slid it onto Casey's arm. "There's no reason why Casey can't wear a bracelet, Jessie. He isn't hurting anyone." "Ooh, sparkly, sparkly," Casey said as he swiveled his arm back and forth and watched the bracelet sparkle. Jessie stomped her foot and ran inside. On Saturday, Daddy went grocery shopping and Mama took Jessie and Casey to the library. Ooh, my favorite place. I can't wait to see what happens at the library. Jessie came downstairs wearing her shimmery skirt and her sparkly bracelet, and her nails glittered in the light. Soon, Mama came downstairs with Casey. He wore his shimmery skirt and his sparkly bracelet, and his nails glittered in the light. "Mama," Jessie cried as she thrust her hands onto her hips. "Why is Casey dressed like that?" "Because that is how Casey wants to dress," Mama said. "But that's not how boys are supposed to dress," said Jessie. "Casey looks silly." "I don't think Casey looks silly," Mama said, smiling at him. "I think Casey looks like Casey." So, Mama is letting Casey express himself not just at home, but out in the world too. I think that is a wonderful thing. You know who doesn't think it's so wonderful? His sister Jessie. I wonder if she'll be able to come around to understanding that Casey is free to express himself however he wishes. Let's see what happens next. When Jessie, Casey, and Mama got to the library, story time had already started. They sat in the back to listen. After the librarian finished reading, Mama went to the front desk to check out some books. Jessie and Casey waited for her in the children's room. "I like your skirt," a girl said to Jessie. "And I like your sister's skirt." Jessie didn't say anything. "I'm not a sister," Casey said. "I'm a brother." "You can't be a brother," said the girl. "Why?" asked Casey. "Because you're a girl," she answered. So it seems this young person sees the way that Casey is dressed and assumes that he must be a girl because he's wearing things that she seems to imagine are only for girls. We know this is not true, but sometimes people need to learn to accept these things so that they can really embrace others. It seems that Jessie and this young girl have a little bit more to learn about self-expression and acceptance of others. Let's see what's going to happen next. "I'm a boy," Casey said. "You are?" an older boy said. He stared at Casey and then laughed. "Hey, look," he called to his friend, "a boy in a skirt." Uh-oh. That seems like something pretty unkind. And here comes someone else to add to the conversation. The boy's friend laughed too. Then he knelt in front of Casey. "Dude," he said, "you can't go around wearing a skirt." "Why?" Casey asked. "Because you look weird and everyone will laugh at you," said the boy. "Why?" Casey asked again. "Because boys don't wear skirts and bracelets and nail polish," he said. "Everyone knows that, right?" he said, and he turned to Jessie. Up until now, Jessie has not been happy with the way that her brother has chosen to express himself, wearing sparkly skirts and bracelets and nail polish. Is she going to stand up for him against these boys who are picking on him? Let's see. Jessie looked at Casey. His face was scrunching up like it always did right before he started to cry. "Why can't boys wear skirts and bracelets and nail polish?" Jessie asked the boys. "Because," said one of the boys. "That's just the way it is," said the other. "Not anymore," Jessie said, and she put her arm around Casey's shoulder. "Come on, little guy," she said. "Let's find Mama and go home." This is a very big turning point in the story. When Jessie sees that these older boys are picking on her brother for being different, she realizes that the fact that he is different doesn't matter. He should be free to express himself in the way that he wants to. And she finally stands up for him when he is being teased. I'm so proud of Jessie. Jessie and Casey adored all things shimmery, glittery, and sparkly, especially each other. And it seems that now Jessie and Casey are able to both enjoy the things they like. And I am so happy that this is the way the story ends. My friends, this is the end of the book. I hope you enjoyed the story that we shared together today. Happy International Trans Day of Visibility. Before we part, I wanted to share with you all that it is up to each and every one of us to stand up when we hear or see something that is not right. You have the power to use your voice to stand up for others who might not always be able to stand up for themselves. If you see or hear someone say or do something that is hurtful to someone else, do your part. Speak up or find someone who you can tell about what's happened. Slowly and surely, together, we can all contribute to a world that is fairer and more beautiful for everyone. Thank you so much for reading with me again today, and I will see you soon for more great books. Thanks for watching.